Good morning, everybody. We're back here in the studios at WPKY 103.3 The Tiger, and we have another city council member in the studio here with us, Kelsey Crisp. Good morning.
Good morning, Kathy.
So glad you could make it. So I'm just going to ask you the same questions that I asked all the other ones that have been here. Introduce yourself and tell the voters who you are.
Well, hello. I'm Kelsey Crisp, and I'm married to Christy Crisp. She's a middle school teacher. We have two kids. Lucas is an officer in the United States Air Force, and Hillary, who's a full-time mother after a career in spinal cord research. I'm the son of Wallace Tiny Crisp, a World War II Navy veteran, and the late Wanda Cummins Crisp.
All righty. And tell us, why do you want to be reelected to the city council board?
Well, Kathy, I want to be reelected because I'm just getting started with some of my projects that I've been proactive in starting. I think when the voters elected me 2 years ago, they wanted something new to start happening in Princeton. They're kind of tired of the same old way of doing business. If it's not broken, don't fix it attitude. I hear everyone concerned about driving down any street in our town, seeing abandoned homes, junk cars on every block, our kids leaving town and never coming back, and especially our population declining. As soon as I was elected 2 years ago, I started working on a solution to many of these problems, and I've been very involved with the University of Kentucky and working to study and identify exactly what's going on in our town. 2 weeks ago, the community became involved in this planning for the very first time. And I think that everyone that participated was amazed at the scope and the depth of the planning that is being undertaken to make Princeton better. In yesterday's Time Leader opinion article, it said this planning could not have come at a better time for our community. I'm just thankful the voters of Princeton have put their trust in me 2 years ago, and I'm able to use my 35 years of business and leadership skills to make this happen for our community.
Good. Now tell us, what is your vision for Princeton's future?
Well, Kathy, I actually think that a large part of my vision is coming true. We have young and old citizens alike, many forming groups to start working to make this town a better place. I think for the first time, our town is starting to have the continuity that everyone is getting on the same page, and we're all starting to work together. I believe that our Chamber of Commerce has played a huge part in this continuity, and I would love to see our chamber in a downtown location to be able to take an active day-to-day role to interact with the visitors walking our main street. I think for the first time, our citizens are rejecting the answer, we do it this way because we've always done it this way. I think the first example that we can all see how beautiful that our downtown is right now. That is a direct result of hiring our new talented Main Street manager, whose goal is to do everything possible to promote the economy of our downtown. My vision is for Princeton to become a place where people want to come to instead of just drive through. The latest data from the Kentucky Tourism Cabinet had Caldwell, Line, and Trigg County with about the same traffic count during our tourist summer months. However, that same data showed that the same tourists spent $16 million in Trigg County, $27 million in Line County, and a little over $4 million in Caldwell County. That could be a result of us not having a planning commission anymore, which all the terms expired 5 years ago and never has been, recommitted. You know, when we make our town a destination, it'll be easier to attract industry and new business. It won't be an easy task, but with the hard work that so many that is stepping up for our community, each day that we move forward will be a step in the right direction.
All righty. Nice answer. So, anything else you want to tell the voters?
Well, I just want the people of Princeton to know how I appreciate the opportunity they've given me to represent them as their newest city councilman. I also want to thank you, Kathy, and all that is responsible for making WPKY come alive once again into our community. For WPKY to broadcast all this election coverage is amazing with Facebook Live, with YouTube. This is an election like no other in our town's history. I said, you know, our incumbent council, which I'm a part of, is being challenged by 3 highly qualified candidates, all college graduates and all involved in business and our marketing. WPKY has certainly helped the voters identify which candidate meets their vision on the direction that they want our city's future to go in. So with that said, thank you for having me, and thank you for all that you do for our community.
Well, you're very welcome. And we're trying. We're trying our best here, and just like the city of Princeton, we're striving to get better and better. Now, I do have to tell the voters of full disclosure here that Kelly and I have been friends for a long time, and for a short time there, we were kind of related because his son was at my house constantly through the high school years, and I used to call him my fourth son. And I actually love Lucas like he's my son, and I was so happy I got to see him last month, and we went to Vegas and visited him. He's a good kid, and
well, he certainly turned out well, and I think he's a classic example that it really takes a community to raise our children.
Yep, and we both have good kids, and if you don't have anything else, then we'll wrap it up, and thank you so much for coming in.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.